Can y'all hear me? Y'all? All right. I've heard that the older generation were stepping stones to guide this generation. But I've learned that there's a difference between casting pearls of guidance and throwing stones of judgments. You see, I first noticed this when I was in middle school. I was 12 years old, bustling down the school's busy halls, excited about Free Dress Day, because it was the only time that I was not confined to a uniform. Even at that age, I was still this size, and I wore skinny jeans that clung to my hips and a shirt that was fitted enough to play guessing games with my cup size, yet it still remained a mystery. But when I rushed into my English class, my teacher had this big, wide-eyed gaze as if she were getting ready to give me a compliment. Instead, she said that my clothes were too tight, and it looked as if I were trying to show my body off to other people. And I wish that someone, even the walls, would have stood up for me instead of imprisoning me in a room filled with her conviction. At age 13, my English teacher's words linked themselves to my morals being questioned during a casual ride with a friend's mother, who told me that I was too developed for her daughter to play with and blamed me for her daughter's inability to listen to her when she should have just checked her undeveloped parenting skills. Yet she still spoke false prophecies, stoning me and beating me with visions that I wouldn't make it past 16 without having babies, and the life she assumed I would live would be a slave to the streets, because the only potential she saw in me was getting stoned on cemented corners. She gave me the same attributes as a blown-up sex doll, saying that she could just tell by the way that my body looked that my life would consist of sweaty bed sheets and raging hormones, because I was too much of an airhead to even notice. Her full-size SUV slowly caved in on me like a smart car in a monster truck rally, and that was not the last time I ever felt like that, because just like my friend's mother, when women open their mouths and freely let loose accusations as if their words just flew from heaven's gates, caged me behind steel bars as if their lives were surrounded by white picket fences, to claim that they were just trying to help, yet left me defenseless against the way that they made me feel about myself, because just by me being seen, those grown women made it seem as if I were guilty for doing all wrong, when they couldn't see how many countless nights I spent changing my tarnished image in my bathroom mirror while shooting myself down with suicidal thoughts that targeted the reasons why I prayed to be free from their interrogating eyes. You see, those same grown women monitored me every single day as if I were their lab rat, running through the maze of their insinuations, hoping that my life would hit a brick wall just so that they could feel the satisfaction of being right, being righteous. And every time I look back on that, I try to let the greatness within me unfold, like the clothes I proudly laid out for that Free Dress Day of my 7th grade year, realizing that under every stitch of fabric, I was just a stone, being mended into a jewel so that I could understand my value. I realized that by being ostracized by those grown women who I should have been looking up to, I could either motivate myself to prove them wrong, or I could just go down the path of destruction they already had paved out for me out of pure assumptions. And now I am 19, with no babies, no desire to be intoxicated by that fast life, but yes, sex and drinking is an urge that I try not to quench, and drugs come in munches that I do not have any food for, so no, I am not perfect. But every time I sit back and reminisce, the conviction I felt is dull, yet still sharp enough for me to remember, because I learned to forgive. But I will never forget how those grown women made me feel, because the only thing that they helped me out with was to keep myself from looking down on this next generation of beautiful young women, because they just might be pearls in the waters of my reflection, looking up to someone like me. Thank you.